Oh, add to the stage. There it is. Yo, yo, yo. What's up? Okay, cool. So pretty sure I'm live here, and I'm gonna double check on Facebook real quick just to make sure that we're live and what that looks like. But I also want to make sure that if anybody's listening right now, the main place that I'm gonna be doing this is in like the school account. So I know you guys probably are like, what the heck is school? But school is kind of the new platform that I want to build a community on and do as much as I can through there. I think that's going to be really cool. And so I definitely want to make sure that we're doing as much as we can on that platform. So I'm trying to push everybody to that. So I'll put a link in everything for that. But let me see if I'm actually live on like Instagram. So that'd be really interesting. I don't know if I am or not, but whatever. I know I'm live on YouTube, so we'll rock with that. That's gonna be awesome. All right, let me see all my profiles real quick, real quick, real quick. Okay, so I'm definitely live here. Strange. Let me share this to a Facebook group. Can I? Nah, I don't know. All right, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can do this. All right, one more thing, guys. If anybody's in here, I appreciate you all for being here. Y'all are awesome. Oh, I think I'm live now. Oh, fantastic. I'm fantastic. Okay. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate you. All right. I'm going to go over a little bit of the Sub2 that I was talking about. So, for any people who don't know, Subject to is a method of getting properties and being able to get them at keeping the interest rates on them. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Share to more options. Let's go. All right. Share to a group. Let's get it. All right. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna do this on YouTube, and then it'll be good. Sorry, I'm like ironing out all of this stuff. There we go. Fantastic. All right. Perfect. YouTube talking about the All right, fantastic. All right, cool. Yo, what's up, everybody? Good to see you guys here. All right, we are all systems a go here. This is really cool. I'm live on here. This is actually my first time going live on like YouTube and Instagram live right on here. Yo, the goat. I'm just trying to be like you, homie. That's all. I'm thankful for you, man. I hope you're doing so well. I'm excited to kind of chop up this deal because this deal is kind of crazy. It was really cool, and I'm gonna show it to you guys. Yo, because this house is nice, man. Okay. And typically how this goes, and I'm gonna walk with you through kind of from A to Z how this even happened because I want to make sure that I'm like giving you guys everything I can and giving as much possible value that I possibly can. And I love to add this stuff into the school community. So if you're not in the school community, you could check that out. Link is in bio, all that stuff. Sub2 on YouTube. Bam. Going live. Boom. So posted that. Oh, category? Are you kidding me right now? General, live, whatever. All right. So I want to talk about this Sub2 that we have. Let me actually go ahead and look it up. What's the address? 6. Yeah. Okay. Y'all, can I share this? I'm going to show you guys this because I want to give you guys the nitty gritty. Picture in picture. Choose. Close. What? I want to try to show this to you guys. Oh, dang. How does this work? All right. I'm gonna add myself Oh, add to the stage. Dang, I keep doing that. This spot is crazy. This spot is right on the water. So I'll show you again where it is. So if we go right here, yeah, you could see that this house is literally one house away from being on the water right here in Hilton Head, which like Hilton Head is like a nice version of Charleston, which is crazy. So house is right here, great house. It's got great walking distance straight to the beach. And so we were like, yeah, no, this is definitely a house. Once we heard about the interest rate, it was like, oh, that's a no brainer. We are 100% going to Sub2 this house. No audio. Oh my gosh. What is the issue? Can you is this are we back now? This is a struggle, huh? A little struggle bus action going on here. Let me check. Yeah, I think on YouTube you can hear me on YouTube. So once we heard, okay, this is a 2% interest rate, then it was like, okay, that's what we're doing. We are 100% doing. Oh, I got a comment right here. It's fixed. Fantastic. So once we heard it was a 2% interest rate, then it was like, okay, we're going to do a subject to. Subject to is when you actually take over the project property subject to the existing mortgage. What this means is, they owed $54,000, or they owe $54,000. The house is worth $900,000. Principal balance is $475,000. Now, what we also didn't see here and didn't know, and this is where we got hit with a really bad curveball. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What would you guys have done in this situation? So the principal balance is $475,000, right? And then they have a deferred balance. And I don't know if you can see this right here. Deferred balance of $311,000. So that means that they took the balance, they worked on a loan modification with their bank, took what they owed. So at one point they owed $311,000 because we have here non-interest bearing principal. So either they took it and what they did was they deferred it to the back end of the mortgage. So we thought that the principal balance was $475,000. Come to find out, the principal balance is actually $786,000, which for me, fine. I don't care. The house is worth $980,000 on a 2% interest rate. The monthly mortgage on this house is $2,000 on a prime location on the beach that I know that it will cash flow crazy. The rent, the fair market rent in the area is $4,000 a month. So even if I wanted to long-term rent it, we'd be cash flowing $2,000 a month just from a long-term rental on this property. And that's what Zillow has it as, a 2-bedroom. But these were construction people. I think they did a lot of non-permitted work, so we might have to fix that. And they said there's actually 5 bedrooms in it, which is crazy. So I'm like 100% Sub2 that all day. I'm keeping that. That's my jam. So we are actually going to keep this as a Sub2. It's a $2,000 monthly payment, and AirDNA like has it with 2 bedrooms as $50,000. It's going to cash flow, or it'll produce about $50,000 a year, which I think it could do significantly more than that, especially once we style it up, make it look good. It's right on the beach. And so it's going to be really awesome. So we love doing Sub2s like we do. I mean, we've probably done like 10 or 12 Sub2s this year already. And so we've taken over properties. And this is crazy. This is our 4th house this year that we've taken over with a 2.0% interest rate, which is nuts. We got one that was 3.0. One that was 2.0, and this would be our 4th that's at that like 2.0 3.0 range, which is really, really cool. And so this one's going to be more of a cash flowing rental Airbnb for us, and if we wanted to long-term hold it, we could. I would love to answer any questions though. So like if anybody has a specific questions on like what's the pitch, how do you sell it to them, how do you know when it's going to be a good Sub2? So for me, if I'm thinking of, okay, what's going to be a good subject to property for me, as you guys can tell, I don't care about the principal balance here. The house is worth $980. Principal balance now is, I thought it was $475. That would have been like an absolute banger, like ridiculous. Principal balance is like $780. Cool. But it's at a 2% interest rate, $2,000 a month, which is fantastic. I'll take that all day. Even if it was like even if the house cost $900 and owed $900, I still would do that. And so now people would go, oh, well then what about the due on sale clause? Are you worried about that? With a house like this, I actually am debating on, like, you could put a property in a land trust. So what we would do is, this house is 6 moonshine, whatever. That's not what it's called. But I would be like, six moon half moon. Like I would create a trust, and it would be called a land trust, and it would be called like Six Moon Paradise or something. Six Moon Paradise Land Family Trust. And so what happens is then the property would go into that trust, and so would the mortgage, and and then the bank would not think anything of it. They think, oh, the family is just protecting their assets and putting it into this trust, and that's great. Like great job for the family taking care of it and putting it into a trust. They wouldn't think that the house was sold. They would almost assume that the family just did that to protect their assets. And so that could be something that I end up doing. Yeah, what happened? I hope I didn't like freeze up on you guys. I may have though. I may have froze up on you. I'm really hoping that I didn't. That may be something that we end up doing, but maybe not. Just because it's so expensive, and I definitely don't want them to call it due. I may end up doing that, but we'll kind of see what happens with it. But that's definitely a way to get away from the due on sale clause that people typically like to freak out about. They're like, man, like, what do you think about the due on sale? I don't really worry about it. It's very rare that they would call a property due on, like, call it due. And it's because they just want to get paid there. They just want to get paid. But a lot of times too, when you come up to a mortgage like this, then they're like, yo, we need to get that thing back 2%. What do we pay them to secure this? Oh, I love this. So in this situation here, this lady was just like, look, I don't want to get kicked out of my house on Monday. And so we're like, okay, we're going to buy you time. We actually are going to let her stay in the house for about 3 to 4 months. And then after that, we are going to pay her. So we're going to actually let her stay in 3 to 4 months. We're actually going to pay her $1,000 a month. And then we're going to cash her out, I think around $20,000, $15,000 to $20,000 at the end of that 3 months when she vacates. And so that's kind of an incentive for her to get out, is to get the rest of that money, buying her time for her and her kids to kind of find a new place, to get situated, to finish out the school year, really take care of them. We're also going to move them into a new location. And then we're going to pay them that 15, 20 grand for them. Now, because like that, I don't think that's subject to change, but because that principal escalated so much, it was going to be a lot more than that. But because it went up to that 800,000, that we really couldn't afford to pay them much more than that 10 to 15 grand. But that's what we're going to pay them. So we're going to pay them that 10 to 15. We're going to move them, and we're going to give them about 3 to 4 months to be able to get out and to kind of settle and not have to stress about the auction coming up on Monday and all those things. So that's kind of how we were able to do that. A little bit wild, super excited about it because that's going to be a cool one just to have in our portfolio. It's going to be on a beach. Our investors actually get to stay at our Airbnbs. So our investors get to go down there. They're going to enjoy that. We actually are going to put on 3 Airbnbs onto the market in the next couple months, one in Charleston, one in Hilton Head, and one in St. Pete, Florida. So our investors get to enjoy kind of that. So that's a really cool aspect of what we do. And so I'm pretty excited to add that one to it and add it at a low interest rate that is going to cash flow pretty heavy for us. And it's a great asset that our investors also get to claim depreciation from, which they're probably going to love that too. And so, yeah, any great question there. That's what we paid them. Any other questions? I'm such an open book. I literally showed you guys my CRM and talked with you about these numbers. So, like, please ask me all of your questions, all of your burning questions. And let's see. So some people ask us, how do we find all of these subject to? So what I say is subject to is the worst best case for people, or like the best worst case, worst best case, one of the two for people. Typically the last thing that they do, right? Because like they're in a really tight spot. And for us, it's the best situation for us because we don't want to have to take out another loan to buy it. We don't have to pay origination fees. We don't have to pay high interest rates. We don't want to pay a bridge loan. We don't want to do all these crazy things just to get a property. We don't have to go through the bank. They don't want to have to do all that stuff. So this just eliminates the bank altogether. We then just go ahead and tomorrow in this situation, so we've got a contract with them. We're going to lock that contract in tomorrow. We've got a good title company working on everything. And so once we get that, we're going to go ahead and wire that money in once we get everybody signed. Now, I haven't even told you the craziest part of all this stuff. So we have an instance in which the father passed away. The mother is kind of in a vegetative state, unfortunately. And then the aunt lives in West Virginia and has power of attorney. And so with all of this, we're able to get in touch with a daughter-in-law who's living in the property with her children. and the aunt in West Virginia, who's not very computer savvy. And we were able to get them to go through this. And then the daughter-in-law also was like, "Oh, talk to my realtor, because my realtor is so helpful for me, especially in this situation. Since my auction is on Monday, please talk to my realtor." Which just blows my mind that we get through this and we really help people. And then they're like, "Talk to my realtor because they've been so helpful along this way." And so we talked to the realtor, and the realtor's like, "Wait, I don't understand. Like, why would you do this?" type thing, because they don't understand Sub2 either. So we had to go through all of these crazy hoops, and still probably will have to, just because the aunt is the power of attorney. But now the good thing is the aunt is able to sign away the house for us. And so we will have a notary up to that aunt tomorrow to take care of this closing, and run through all of that. Also, this is actually a very, very important part of this. We took a look at the deed, and this is like such a good part of due diligence. So we took a look at the deed. We would not have been able to do this deal if the deed wasn't written in a favorable way for the wife. The deed was written, and it gave the wife what's called right of survivorship. If the deed was written in a way that was called tenants in common, then what would happen is the wife would have half ownership, and then the husband and his heirs, it would have to go through probate. It would have to go through like whoever his heirs are, which don't think he had any kids. Parents are dead. So then it would go to the siblings. Then we have to get both siblings to sign off. And then we'd have to get both siblings' spouses to sign off. Well, in North Carolina, we would. In South Carolina, we would not. But we'd have to get both siblings to sign off and agreed on everything. But because, and this is so important, because the deed was written in a way that was called a right of survivorship. So then all of his interest now goes over to the wife, and the wife can then at that point be able to sell the property or do whatever without having to go through the probate process for the husband. That was extremely, extremely important for us, because that helped us to be able to close this deal in a very fast amount of time without having to go through probate, without having to go through opening an estate or any of those things, because they have the right of survivorship on that deed. Now, the what do you call her? The aunt, how did you miss the deferred payment? Wouldn't title search show that second lien? Bro, you think we did a title search? We got this deal today. Now, I do have an abstractor. I sent him over that information. I'll say, "Hey, urgent, I need you to run this title." He'll get it for me by tomorrow. We haven't done a title search yet, but we'll end up taking care of this. And so I'll get all that information by tomorrow. Feel good about it. And then we'll be rocking that out. But no, bro, didn't even have time to run a title search. I did look up a lot of the, we looked up the deed, and really the most important part is that, they have that right of survivorship. And I'm going to be honest too, like at a 2% interest rate, I'll ride this thing out till it dies. Like, I'm gonna hold this house for 50 years. Like, it just doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So at a 2% interest rate, this is a cash flow for the rest of whoever's life. So this is a beach house forever. And so we'll figure out how that goes. But yeah, we'll run that title and see what that looks like tomorrow before we do everything. Good question, though. Fantastic question. Any other questions? Because that's a good one. That is a good one. No. Okay. All right. So I'll probably just head out then. But I love talking about this stuff. I'm really excited. If you guys need anything, I need to jump on these lives more, honestly. Because we do a lot of deals, and we do a lot of Sub2 deals, and we do a lot of installments, and we do a lot of crazy different deals. And so, yo, what's up, Ron? Who is that? Ronlum. Yo, how you doing, Ronlum? I can't really tell who that is. Ronnie Lim. I don't know you, Ronnie, but good to see you. What's your favorite way to do Sub2 deals? Specific lists. Typically we get a lot of our Sub2 deals from foreclosures, because like I was saying earlier, it is the best case for people. And so typically it's like they're down to the wire. They don't really have another choice. Or when people, this is honestly, you know what? I've actually thought about pulling this list. This would be a fire Sub2 list. Purchased or refinance between 2020, 2021, low equity. And so like they don't have a whole lot of equity. They might have some equity because they have appreciation or whatever, but they haven't paid off a lot of it. But they got in that range when like interest rates were between like 2 and 3.5, and then pull a list like that. Nice. Count list pendants, notice seizures. Nice. Not much luck getting them on the phone though. Yo, great question, man. So, or great comment. When it comes to getting them on the phone, you have to be relentless. Like I have VAs calling every single state all day. I have mailers going out to them. I have texters on it, and then like it's one of those things that like because they're not answering anybody's phone. Really, they're not. They're not answering their cell phone that they owe, their car that they owe, their credit cards that they owe, their mortgage that they owe. So they're definitely not answering your phone. But if you get a hold of somebody, then you can win. And so like door knocking them can be really, really effective. Honestly, very effective. And then just staying persistent. If you could possibly get somebody on the phone, what I would do is like I would then like double down on the right ones. So the ones that, like you're pulling lists, that's great. What I would do is I would sort those lists and I'd figure out what their equity is. So I would either you could cross-reference that by uploading that list into batch leads, and batch leads will give you a lot of that information, or you can just go, okay, let me look at the ARV of these ones and what is and then look on Zillow on like the last time they sold, or depending on your state, if it's a disclosure state, then you can get this information on like what is there on Privy and stuff like that. Like when did they get their loan? How much was it? And when did like how much is their estimated what is their estimated equity on there? Things like batch leads, they have that on there, which is a great thing. And those are the ones that I would really hone in on. Like don't door knock something that has no equity on it. That just wouldn't make much sense. And so for you to be able to dive into something that has a ton of equity with it, those are the ones that I would hone in on if you have a limited time. So for me, we've got cold callers in each state, we've got texters, we've got mailers going out, we've got those things that we're able to compound that onto each other. But like if it's just you, then I would really hone in on that niche data. And with that data, hone in on the things that have a good amount of equity. Or like I said, like bought or refinanced in like 2020, 2021, because then that's when you're going to get those lower interest rates to be able to Sub2 like these deals that I just walked through. And so that's what I would really work on if I were you, just because I know like they're not going to answer their phone. They're not answering their phones for anybody, because we have to realize when people go into foreclosure, a lot of it isn't because of like, oh no, life happened, it was really hard, and then like because of this one event in my life, it all crashed and burned. These people are in foreclosure because a series of events, and they typically are just like habitually bad decision makers. And so they've done this over and over and over. And so they are, a lot of times they're really just suppressing what's going on in their life, and they're pushing it away, and they're in like permanent fight or flight mode. And with that, because they're in that mode, then they're always they'll like see mail and they just don't open their mail, or they just don't look at their mail, or they just don't handle the situation, or they just push it off to the side and they suppress it. And so then what ends up happening is then they get into this situation. And so that's why they're not answering their phone or doing any of these things. And so I would really hone in on the ones that have good equity, so you don't waste your time with kind of everybody else. Yeah, good. Yeah, Sub2s are from 2020, 2021. And if they refinance during that time, or if they bought during that time. I've run into people who have never made a payment. They bought their house in 2020 or 2021, never made a payment, not one. And so we like reinstated the loan and took over that 2% interest rate. Wild. So yeah, we're closing on one that had a 2% interest rate next week. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. How many times do you call before you give up on them? When their auction is over? Yeah, just call. Just keep calling. Like every single day you call. Because they're getting calls every single day. Like, what's it going to hurt for you to call every single day? Thanks, Dan. No, we get a bunch of them. This is like our fourth 2%. It's crazy. We got a 3% and a couple of 2%. So yeah, bro, they're out there. I'm like flabbergasted. It's crazy. So, but yeah, I would just keep calling if I were you. That's what I would say. That is 100% what I would say. Good question though. Yes, I have closed it. You know what? I don't know if it's a USDA loan. Pretty sure it is. But it's actually the one that I am moving to right now. It is 13 acres right outside of Charlotte, which is insane, on a 53-year, 3.7% interest rate. I'm 90% sure that's a USDA loan. I haven't looked, but like, what else would you have a 53-year mortgage on? It would have to be an agricultural USDA loan. So yes, I have, and it's the one that I'm actually building my own house on. So yeah, I would say that I have done it. I don't know for sure if it is one because I just didn't check, but I'm pretty sure it's one. That's a long time for something that would not be like an agricultural loan. So yeah, I would say that it is. I don't know for sure though. I'm just guessing because I've never heard of a 53-year loan. Otherwise, good question. Yo, I love that you're in all of these, my guy. Freaking legend, absolute legend. Yeah, cool. All right, y'all. This is fantastic. I love when people are in here asking questions because I think there's a lot of people ask me like they're like, how did you get that? How did you get that 2%? What? That's not a real thing. Like, yes, it is. It is. It's just it's a way to utilize real estate. Okay, I'm struggling to speak to someone regarding a payoff. You have them do it. I don't know. You don't necessarily need to do it. And that's pretty interesting because we were able to do it. Is the seller not doing it for you? We usually get on the phone with the seller, three-way it with the seller, and have the seller request the payoff. They can't deny the seller, so I would get on the phone with the seller on the phone on three-way, and then have the seller specifically request the payoff. They can't deny them. It's illegal. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, the seller better talk to them for the first time in 4 years. They legally cannot deny them. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Do they even have a login? Because a lot of time, well, I've run into issues where they don't even let you log in anymore once you've missed so much. 4 years, man. That's crazy. No, I don't know Dawson Management. Ours is with like Celine Financial. Dawson Management. No. Oh, government contracting, huh? That's crazy. Yo, I don't know anything about that. Yo, this website is crazy. Yo, this website is. Yo, what's going on with this thing? We get out of here. No, I don't know anything about that. It's a crazy website. No recent mortgage statement. Okay, I mean the only thing you could do is have that seller call. I know that they haven't paid in like 4 years. Let you go live. I don't know how to. I'm on the desktop, so I don't. It won't let me. Sorry, I'm on desktop, so like I can't. I'm not getting a notification to let you go live. I know that like you can allow people on lives when it's on your phone, but I'm on desktop and it's not letting me. Sorry, man. I'd go live with you. Yo, I don't see it. I'm looking at it. There's like no place for it because I'm on like StreamYard. I don't know. Is there like an invite button here? Invite. You'd have to be on StreamYard because I'm on StreamYard. I'm not on. See, I'm like not on live on here. I'm not live on my phone. Yeah, sorry. Otherwise, I would. Strange. Yeah, somebody asked me if we lock these in. Oh yeah, no, I'm not. Yo, that would be so crispy if this was like my phone right here. Yo, that's crazy. That would be wild. No, that's not my phone. So I know some people. Somebody asked me if we do these virtual. Yeah, like we do this all virtual. We are going to go down to. So the person who locked this in, she's going to go down this weekend and like stay down there, and then servicer. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, so she's gonna go down there, get photos, and do all those things this weekend. So that would be good. I look forward to that. All right, y'all. We're vibing here. That was good. That was good. And I want to go live just to answer more questions, just because I want people to. This is good. Oh, yo, little Wags. Yo, you're a legend, bro. I hope you're doing well. I hope life is treating you well. I know it's been a while, man. It's been a while. We're at the Grove kicking it. Yeah, I hope life is treating you super well, man. Thanks for popping in. But yeah, so you guys, plenty of ways to get houses with 2.0% interest rates. I would say if you didn't get to see as much of this, oh man, we got a lot of stuff going on. So as much as this, if you didn't get to hear much of this, I would say go ahead and go watch it back on YouTube. There's some pretty good information on how we locked in this Sub2 deal, 2% interest rate, how we do this, and then like how we find the data on foreclosures. I want to be as helpful as I possibly can for you all. And so thank you. Please always come in and ask questions, DM me. I would love to answer them. And make sure you check out the school group. That's the community that I'm just going to be pouring in as much time as I possibly can. So school.com/ I don't even know what the / is, but just if you look in my bio, there's a link there. And I would love to be as helpful as I can. So definitely make sure you guys check it out. That's the group that I'm going to be in. Yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. And also, there's actually a free like little foreclosure course in my school account. So like if you go to the link in my bio for real, and you click on it and says, get my foreclosure course for free. Like boom, like there it is. Grab that. So join that, and then you'll see it when you log in. It'll be in the courses section. Let me actually show you all, because yes. So like if you go in here, boom, you go into the community, you'll see that we've been chopping it up in here. You go over to classroom, and look at that. Got the whole foreclosure. You got some foreclosure junk in here, and then you also got information on creative financing, so some Sub2 stuff in here. So yeah, definitely y'all need to jump in here. That would be awesome. So I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but definitely jump in there and join it. That's in my the link in my bio. Cool. All right, y'all. Y'all have a fantastic day. I appreciate you. I'm thankful for you being here, and always, always, always forever grateful. Y'all have a great night. Thank you.